Hey everyone, Keely and Mike here from Long Range with the Lilies, and in the spirit of Thanksgiving, we wanted to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors who've supported us in this crazy year 2020.
Yeah, 2020 has been a ridiculous year, I think, for everybody. I think we're all looking forward to just moving on to 2021. But we wanted to make sure that we paused and reflected and looked back and said thank you to everybody that made our 2020 season possible. It was looking a little dark there for a while, like there wasn't going to be a 2020 season. But we did manage to get out there and shoot some regional matches and some national matches and ended up having a fairly good year with some significant improvements. And we just wanted to make sure that we took a moment out and said thank you. So I think with that being said, we should start with MDT. MDT has been a fantastic sponsorship for us. Really great support. We started with the ACC chassis 2 years ago when MDT took a chance on us. We were still, really unknown at that point.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much just regional shooters. I think I had shot a couple national matches and you had shot like one.
Yep.
And they took a chance on us, and it's been a fantastic relationship, and we're super grateful that they did. We've been running the MDT ACC since. And it's been great for us. This is Keely's. It's all did up by Red Beard Gunworks to make it pretty. And I think that one of the best parts about this chassis and about MDT is that it's continued to evolve. They haven't rested on their laurels. They've come out with new accessories, new parts. I know you're excited about trying out the extra short buttstock that we just got in.
Yep.
And I really appreciate the company philosophies of MDT and how they're continuing to go. Martin and Kyle are doing a fantastic job with that company, and we're grateful to be a part of the team.
I agree. So next is Lone Peak Arms. We switched to Lone Peak at the end of last year, or at the beginning of this season. Brian Black and Mike Anderson have created a wonderful action. We have it in pretty much we've transitioned all of our guns. It's an incredible component, and Brian has made sure to contact me. At the beginning of the year, I had to put all of our competition rifles together. I'd never done it before, and Brian texted me and he called me to make sure that I wasn't having any issues and that everything was running as it should be. And another great thing is watching Brian and Mike compete, because they are neck and neck right now in the NRL.
Yeah, I think as of this writing, they're half a point apart.
They're really close.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see who comes away with shop bragging rights. We're rooting for you guys.
Yeah.
It's cool that a shooting company that is run by shooters, so they definitely get it. Transitioning next to Proof Research barrels. Chris Giddings, who runs the Proof Research team, or kind of manages it, reached out to us and asked us how we would feel about switching over to Proof barrels. And I said, well, that's pretty easy because we're not switching. We already run Proof barrels. The support we've gotten from Proof Research this year has been fantastic. The barrels have been shooting great. And we even added a couple carbon barrels to our hunting guns, and also the ones we competed with at the hunting challenge down in Colorado that Scott Satterley did. Great company. We got a chance to meet Kelly in Montana. She was super nice. Everybody we've met at Proof or talked to from Proof has just been great people, and we're super happy to be part of the Proof family. So thank you.
Yes. Next is Triggertech. We were not sponsored by Triggertech last year. However, we have run their triggers for the last few years. So when they offered, just similar to Proof, when they reached out to us, we said, yes, absolutely. We would love to represent your company. Mike and I have both run the Triggertech Diamond flat shoe for the last couple of years, and we really, really love it. We've never had any binding or sticking or anything like that. So we're really pleased to be able to represent Triggertech this year.
Yeah, not one failure between both of us in the 2 years we've been running it. So yeah, great company. Next is Nightforce Optics. Nightforce Optics, I've been running the 7-35 Attacker for a while now, since it came out, and then you've been running it for the last couple of years. Sean Murphy at Nightforce has been absolutely great to deal with. Again, another really high level competitor, so he understands the demands of shooters, and he just flat out gets it.
Yeah.
The reason we're demoing Keeley's gun is not only is it prettier, but it's far less dinged up than mine. My scope has been just abused. I've bashed it on rocks, I've knocked it on barricades, and every time it's been reliable and repeatable and accurate. I have zero complaints with it. I run the Mil-XT reticle and you run the Mil-C because we have some different tastes in what we like to see with reticles, but they have a number of fantastic reticle designs you can choose from. Couldn't be happier with the Nightforce scope. It has been absolutely reliable for us, which is pretty much all you can ask for.
Yeah, I agree. Next is Prime. So Prime contacted me, or Jim O'Shaughnessy from Prime contacted me after the beginning of the 2020 season. He reached out, asked if I had any ammo sponsors, and I said, nope, just Mike. But he offered his support, and thankfully Mike had the forethought this year to have a 6 Creedmoor barrel spun up for us. And from the moment that Jim and I started our relationship, I have been running the 6 Creed Prime ammo exclusively. I haven't reloaded any 6 Dasher this year, and I am incredibly pleased about that, as I'm sure Mike is as well.
I'm very grateful, Jen. Thank you.
He reloaded a lot of my stuff last year, but as far as the product goes, it's incredibly consistent. I couldn't be happier with the factory ammo than I have been with Prime. I've shot like 6 lots, and it's hands down amazing.
Yeah, we've thousands of rounds as Prime now, and it's been really consistent. So.
I agree.
Next, Armageddon gear. So anybody who shoots this game is familiar with the Armageddon gear game changer. It's a product that needs no introduction. It's the gold standard in bags. Armageddon gear has done a fantastic job with their entire line of game changers, and I think we have at least one of each. Yeah. So I find myself gravitating to the Schmedium heavy fill. It's pretty much all I've used this year. You like the full size Get Light, but I noticed you've been stealing my Schmedium a lot lately.
Just a little.
So again, fantastic product, fantastic company. It's the gold standard everybody else is trying to catch up to, I think. And in addition to all that, it's run by some really great people. Tom and Missy, every time I've interacted with them, be it over the phone or when I was at a PRS match down in Tennessee, super awesome people that were willing to take time out to talk to me. And they huge supporters of the scene and the shooting community, sponsoring the AG Cup. They really stepped up in a big way for that. Yeah. I can't speak highly enough about the character of the company in addition to the quality of their components. Again, really, really grateful to be part of that team. So I think next we'll talk about the Triggercam. So this is a new addition for us this year. I ran into Ryan and Colin last year at the 2019 NRL Championships down in Texas, and they asked me if I would look at their product. So I checked it out, and I was immediately impressed with it. You guys have been seeing a lot of Triggercam in our YouTube videos. We utilize it a lot more than we even show you guys in our training. It's been a super great debriefing tool to see exactly what was happening at the moment I break that shot. The great thing about this thing is it doesn't lie to you. The video's been just 100%. This is what happened. Take it or leave it. It even got you dinner once.
It did.
When you thought you had an impact, and I didn't think you had an impact, and it turned out on video that she did have an impact, and I ended up cooking her a really fantastic dinner. So Ryan and his team are based out of South Africa, and they're constantly coming out with new products and new developments. I really look forward to seeing what's coming out next year from Triggercam. It's been super helpful for us in our training, and also to communicate to you guys what we see through the scope. And it's been really great in a lot of our YouTube videos. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Triggercam footage. I know we're going to use it a lot more.
Oh yeah.
So I think that leaves us with just Matt.
Yeah, so last but not least is Matt Your, Sawtooth Rifles. He is a one-man show, and Matt really gave us our first break in this game.
Yeah, I agree. So Matt was a local gunsmith to us. I met him through a mutual friend, and he saw me shoot a couple regional matches. I was picking his brain about a rifle build, and I was saying that I really, really wanted to get into the game, and he kind of took me under his wing. Yep. And gave us our first break as a sponsor. He's been super great with us with talking us through the whole process. I mean, he essentially taught me how to reload, and he's put up with my endless number of questions. I mean, of course, he's had some moments where he's had to chuckle at me and call me a knucklehead, but he's always patiently talked me through the process. In addition to gun stuff, Matt has always been there for us as just a friend, whether it be, you know, stuff with the house, giving us a place to crash in Utah when we're passing through, and basically just giving us an ear and some advice as we navigate through this world of competitive shooting. Super great guy. I can't speak highly enough of him. I was a little sad when he left us and moved to Utah for his wife's job.
Yeah, we were pretty bummed.
He says it was for her. I don't know if it was that or to get me out of his shop and stop pestering him with questions so he could actually make more rifles. But I really appreciate you, Matt, and I know we're grateful for him.
We are very grateful for Matt. So with that, I just wanted to say thank you to all of our viewers. Our little community is growing. We wouldn't be able to continue this without you. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing and leaving us comments. And happy Thanksgiving. I really hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday season.
Thanks, guys.